Sunday we had to complete all the 5 presentations.
Okay, sir.
Can you hear me, sir?
No, not now. Let all others join. Dr. Shalini, Dr. Kannan, Dr. Neeraj, he joining or he's not? He didn't give any response. Neeraj, where he, what's Bangalore Medical College or? He's senior resident or assistant professor.
So just to start off the discussion, there were 3 in this research question title of Sagapi's put the first time. So I think what they have raised thing was, is there anything called internet addiction? That was first question. Why are you not looking at other receptors and only looking at acetylcholine was the second one? And why have you limited yourself only to medical students? So we have to defend these 3 questions.
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah,
sir.
Seriously, no?
Do you want me to repeat what I said, sir? Ramesh Babu, sir?
Yes, please, yes.
3 questions in the title they said.
Can you repeat it?
3 questions they have raised in the title, sir. Hello?
Yes.
Yeah. One is why I want the term internet addiction. Then why are you limiting yourself to only acetylcholine receptor? And why are you limiting yourself only to medical students?
Yes, Dennis put those questions.
Yes, sir.
If we limit to only medical students, it is very difficult for us to get such a huge number of samples also. That word looks nice. Internet use disorder.
Since internet addiction is used in DSM-5 in the appendix, my voice now? Okay, so since internet addiction disorder is used in DSM-5, no? Isn't it the same word? Hello? So what does DSM-5 say? What does DSM-5 say? No, in the appendix, not in the main text. In the appendix, it's used, right? So we will. Internet gaming, not internet addiction. Then that's a challenge. Any idea if ICD 10 includes 11 includes internet addiction? So the challenge is to how do we define this stuff? Okay, so we'll define it like that. Every study can define their own terminologies, isn't it? That is why. Okay. Ramesh Babu sir, are we in agreement that we'll continue with the term internet addiction?
In those studies, they mentioned all internet use disorder, internet abuse disorder, those things. But finally, they said that internet addiction is more appropriate. That's why they have in almost all studies they mentioned this only, internet addiction only. So we can continue internet addiction only. Yes. Yes, of finance. But internet use disorder, can't use this thing, internet use disorders, as Dr. Kannan suggested. Can get any problem if you use that use disorder. The addiction word somehow. Yes. Yes.
Yes, I agree.
The young school addiction is young school.
Sir, if you're using the term internet use disorders, then we'll have to then individually use scales for gaming disorder. Then for what he just talked about, the sexual compulsions and all that, we separately will have to use. When we use the term internet addiction, we can manage with just one scale.
Yes.
So whenever we do a study, we have the liberty to define certain terms that we are using.
Yes.
Like it need not be from the textbooks. We can also quote prior literature and say that in prior literature, internet addiction has been diagnosed and diagnosed like this and they have rated like this. So that should be okay, sir. There's no
Yes. Yes. Okay.
need not be from DSM-5 or ICD.
So in that class also nobody said that this word this internet addiction can be
Nobody,
changed.
yes.
Nobody.
Yes.
So we can continue this thing only. Cost.
So okay. So you mean to say that I'm not at all clear about genetic studies, but with each receptor, the kit will vary, the primer will vary. Is it like that? Okay. Okay. So
Kannan sir, he sent the message. I'm unable to enter the room. Sagar? Yes, yes. Yes, yes. We are able to listen to you. Yes. Okay.
but we are calling the internet addiction as an umbrella term, isn't it? Which will also include the smartphone addiction.
Yes, yes.
So do we then need to again use another scale? Correct, correct. Okay. So but they said, see what Dr. Dennis said that in that class is when you're doing one receptor, do many and give your budget in crores. What Dr. Dennis says is when budget is being provided in crores, why are you limiting yourself to one receptor? No, and He was
But almost all the studies they have done on this receptor only, on this internet addiction and this acetylcholine receptors. No studies are there upon other receptors. Hmm.
Why
Do you
don't
have
we do
studies
that?
on them?
Why don't we? But though the statistics is going to be tough.
Yes.
Let's go for it. No, if we are anyway given so much money, let us go for it and ask for both the other two receptors also. So we have to, I think we should go for it because they have one, they have suggested. Second, they have asked us to think big and include as many as possible. So let's go ahead with it. No. So what we could, yes, yes, correct, and we should do it also. See, when they're saying budget is not the limiting factor, and this concern that we are not clearly delineating cases and controls has come out repeatedly. So if like we are doing a personalized interview, while like then we'll say that we'll train them first so that across centers they are all on the same page. Then they do the clinical interviews. It will be very valid. Yeah. Right. So are we agreed that we'll use other receptors as well? Right. So we need to redo the research question and the title also, but that's aside. These three questions we need to answer, right? And why only medical students? Yeah. Hmm. Okay. Association of receptor polymorphisms instead of acetylcholine. Remain the same. Yeah. The the other thing I think is why medical students only. But medical
But cost?
students, one more reason why we are only taking medical students is accessibility and accessibility, isn't it? For all of us. Hmm. Correct.
Yes.
So then we say association of receptor polymorphisms and internet addiction in students.
Yes, yes. Students of age, I think we have to mention age also in that case. Students of age criteria.
Title may not need age, sir. Just we'll say students.
Undergraduates or maybe undergraduate students. Hi.
Yes.
Hello.
We approach colleges where students are above 18 years of age. Let's not get into hassles of 12 to 18. Parental assent and all that becomes very difficult, no? Feasibility comes down. Yes. Yes. Correct, correct.
So medical and we can say medical and engineering students.
Can you hear me?
In medical and engineering
Yes,
students.
Maybe
Shall
we
we
can include undergraduate students, ma'am. That will cover most of it, I guess.
If you leave the title broad as students, we have the luxury of adding anybody or deleting anybody, no? Title may let's not add anything else.
Okay.
No, I'm asking you, I mean, that's my suggestion. The
No.
rest of
I thought it will be a little specific, is what I thought, ma'am.
in undergraduate students, you want?
Yes.
Okay. Then we have to justify why.
We can. Oh. Anyone under Sagar, I didn't like. So how do we approach them on that? Like it is, we are looking at college students because it will be accessible for us, right? So, that's what. So you're looking at a community, like door-to-door evaluation, is it? Okay. No, why not specify is what?
College.
Best university students.
Sir, college will include our graduate colleges also. Graduation colleges, no? So we in your university or college, whichever go most suitable.
College students also will convey the same message, I guess.
You can use college or university. Either of them, I think it looks nice.
College going students or undergraduate students, specifically it will capture that age group only 18 to 24.
Undergraduate means again the age criteria. 16. Yes.
The point that they raised was so there is no diagnosis according to any classificatory system right now in internet addiction, and the cutoff keeping like less than this point and more than this point might be difficult in uh, with only with that it is difficult to define a case is what one of the feedback that we got, like 1 point lesser. So what to do? So should we keep like the cutoff? Like, no, in that scale, it gives 3, right? Mild, moderate, severe, something. So should we take the third quartile population as the cases and below that as controls? No, now the thing that do we have one more scale for this? Now, what I'm saying is here the cutoff in the scale itself, it is categorized into mild, moderate, severe like that. I remember coming across that.
Young scale, is it young scale? Which scale?
So can we include the mild? Can we include the moderate and severe on the scale as cases and leave out the mild? Okay. Okay. So here it's written 39. That's instead of 31, you're saying. So then you will be pathologizing everyone, no? Keeping the cutoff higher would be appropriate, I guess. But you're making a diagnosis based on that, right? That's not a diagnosis, but it is not a diagnostic scale, no? So it can, but you're not definitive about the diagnosis itself. So how will it be? No, Lakshmi Ma'am or Ramesh sir,
Yes, yes.
what I was saying is, hmm, 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 hmm.
So we need to worry about the diagnosis because still it is not included in DSM-5. No? So only behavioral addiction. To know the intensity of how much addiction is there, we are addressing this scale, young scale. So we can go like this, I think. We need not worry about the diagnosis now. Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
No, what I'm saying is that the mild cases this might not. Are we pathologizing the normal population also is what my concern is. Can't we stick to only the definitive? If the score is the higher score, the more possibility that they have the illness. Why not stick to only that? And because we are making a diagnosis based on a scale, which is a screening one.